All right. This is a letter that I've received from an Indian expat who is based in Dubai, who got cheated by a very big, strong, powerful brand company. Okay. Because of his current legal battles, I've decided not to share specific details. So that is why you will hear like a company or Mr. X or whatever. But the reason why I'm sharing this with you and the reason why I think he's sharing is to create awareness for those Indian expats who think if you come to Dubai or if you work in Dubai, there's no problems. Life is smooth sailing. Like they say, no, until the shit hits the ceiling, you do not know what you're up against. Anyway, let me read out his letter and form your opinions, form your thoughts. And yeah, I just hope this guy manages to get out of the mess he's in. So let's start. Dear Mr. Loy, I'm a big fan of your work and regularly listen to your videos. They are inspiring. My name is X and I was raised in India. He has told me which specific part of India he's raised, but I chose just to say India. I moved to the UAE with my wife. He stated when, where, how many years, not mentioning. I moved to India with one who was already employed and able to support my visa. Eventually, after searching, I found a job and now have been living and working in UAE for the last many years. I wanted to share a personal experience with you that has been deeply troubling for me. I hope you might consider speaking about it in one of the videos, not to target anyone, but to raise awareness. Yes, that is something I definitely do on my channel, and I thank you for trusting me. What happened to me reflects the challenges of many experienced professionals and the problems we face, especially those beyond their 40s. I have many years' experience in the retail industry, 7 years in UAE, and the rest in other parts of the Gulf. Okay, and India, of course. Back home, I worked on many projects and traveled overseas to many Western countries for many landmark projects. He has stated where and the landmark projects, but I've chosen not to state. Okay. My first job in the UAE was Company X. It was a decent company. However, it was run by Indian management. I acted as the project manager and did everything from A to Z: planning, preparation, delivery, installation, training, setting up systems, implementation of the systems, and finally ensuring it was workable till the handover. So, I has to do everything and go way beyond my call of duty. And I took a lot of responsibilities of each and every project. The only drawback was the management still paid me a very low salary, and my manager was very abusive in his approach, totally unprofessional, used anger, threats, bad treatment, profanity, and disrespect. Very common of Indian management style. Hey, you better do it or I'll kick your ass back to your country. That's how they do professional Indian management. Okay. And yes, bad salaries, Indian management is very typical. That is why you should join a maybe Western company with Western salaries because you know they pay more. Why do you want to get paid Indian salaries? Despite that, I stayed professional, committed, kept delivering results, had strong references and recommendations within the industry. I was hoping and praying for a big salary hike in the near future, which is never going to happen as long as you work in an Indian company because they feel we're paying him the salary, he's doing the job. Okay. Then finally, one fine day, I got an offer directly from our competitor. They offered me a 50% salary increase and a senior managerial role. Because you're good, they offered it to you. They don't offer it otherwise. What was clearly communicated to me was they had a massive multi-million dollar project. And if I proved myself, the company would give me bonus, perks, benefits to my family, and even increase my salary if the project was completed on time and handed over as a success. Okay. See, here is where the red flag starts. You know, when people promise you the sun, moon, and stars, when something is too good to be true, it's generally the case because sometimes we get so blinded with these compliments and you're amazing, you're good, we yearn for those kind words, we yearn for those compliments, but sometimes it can really blind you, because keep in mind there's always talent out there, there's always someone better than you. Question is, why only you, why not someone else? Why are you the only person? I know these are really tough questions to ask. Like if someone says, Law, you're good, your YouTube channel is amazing, well, I'll feel good. I'll not think to myself, isn't there, aren't there better channels than mine? Aren't there better coaches? Why he's saying I'm good? Our brains just can't comprehend that. That sense of awareness is very hard, especially when we let our guard down. So you did the same, which was a mistake. If I was in your place, maybe I would have also fallen for it, because you have given so many years to this company. They are not appreciating. Finally, a company does appreciate. So you're dying for those kind words. Okay, so yeah, although the position didn't perfectly match my profile, again, another red flag. And yes, remember that bigger the salary and bigger the position, that is clearly a red flag because they're over promising. Nobody does that. I accepted it for the brand name and the promise for a permanent job. And by the way, the company that is referring to, not going to give the real name, but mostly if it's run by Arab management, irrespective which brand it is, they are, people don't say this openly, but the Arab world, Egyptians, Syrians, Lebanese, whichever, whether Saudi, Qatari, Bahraini, they consider Arabs and Arab culture and Islam superior to Indians, Hindus, Bangladeshis, Pakistanis, Sri Lankans. You can't help it. That's how it is. How I know it? I was in the Middle East 40 years. I'm telling you, that is how they are hardwired. They look at Indian, yeah, shugandak, like the smell and all that. So they consider, and like, for example, Lebanese, for years and years, they always had their nose up in the air. They thought, oh, we are the descendants of Europeans because they lived a very lavish lifestyle. They looked very fair and white. So they looked down on Indians. Today, look at the Lebanese. I'm not, being very happy about it, but I'm telling you facts. And today, Indians are steamrolling them because Indians occupy such high positions. So the only reason for their downfall is because they got too comfortable, too cozy. They thought their English, French, and Arabic abilities to communicate made them superior. The white skin made them superior. Their lavish lifestyle and the luxury way of living. Oh, Indians, they are smelly, stinky. Oh, they're eating with their hand. Oh, they ooga booga. They sound funny. The same ooga booga is today earning big boogers, while your country is completely decimated. Mm. Sometimes I'll tell you, like this, pride has a fall. So that's why even today, India, if they are too proud and they think they are too smart and they keep looking down on others, it'll be their downfall also. Anyway, so what was communicated to me is okay. The reassurance played a very big role in my decision to leave a stable job, even though it was not that great. It was stable, and to join this new company. Whenever you change companies, it's always a risk. I joined them during the busiest season of our industry. And to prove to this new management I was the right man for the job, I hit the ground running above and beyond what I was being paid for. In fact, I did the job of 4 to 5 people without taking a single day off, working round the clock 24/7. Because I wanted to prove to the management I was the man for the job. Here, you didn't do anything wrong. Working hard, trying to prove to the manager you did it because you were ambitious, you wanted to give a good life for your family. So there's nothing wrong here. Many people say, hey, you shouldn't work only how much they're paying you for. No, you want to rise to the top. You have to show you are not just working like a donkey. You need to be smart also, network, and let the owners know that you're the man, because end of the day they prefer having someone who really has that passion, the drive to work hard, than a guy who just takes his salary and goes home after 8 hours, 5 days a week. You know, whether you like it or not. If you're a businessman, you'd always want the, the guy who's working hard like a horse, than who's, being lazy and just, oh, this is smart work. That's all bullshit. It doesn't work in the real world. So, but once the project was successfully handed over and it was given, money was collected, and the event ended, I was expecting the confirmation letter. Okay, that means he was working on probation. However, I was told that they were not happy with my performance and my evaluation was very poor. Here's a sad bit. You did your job, you worked like a dog, you gave everything, and after the project was a success, until then they didn't give you any feedback. But once it came to confirmation, they told you bugger off. When I asked them for an explanation, the feedback was given that I was very poor in communication, very poor in coordination, very bad at learning, very, mistakes in implementation. I didn't know new technologies. I was weak at handling customers. Okay. See, here I'll just play the devil's advocate. If you are a money maker, if you're a rainmaker, like they say in the industry, I don't see why a company will ask you to leave. I'm telling you honestly, this is what it is. If I have a guy who can help me generate, let's say, 1 million, example, and I'm paying him like, let's say, 100,000 or 10,000, he helps me generate 1 million. And then I get another guy who I pay the same 10,000, but he generates 10 million. Why should I kick that guy out? I'll keep the guy. So if you are the guy who is generating like 10 million, why would they throw you out? So I feel there is something, some missing part. Maybe you're a little bit biased about your own skills. Happens with all of us. We think we are, good, we are the best, we are good looking, we are handsome, we are whatever. Smart, talented. Bad things happen only because unfair. Good things happen because of my effort. That's how people go. So there's something missing here, which I guess maybe you're not aware of. Maybe you need to reflect a little bit, but whatever. In fact, I was told I was unprofessional and no one liked working with me and that I was not a good fit for the organization. None of these reflected on my performance and expertise. I even laughed in disbelief during the conversation, which angered the HR manager. I told them honestly, I'm sorry, but this sounds like someone else. To my surprise, another colleague who was also part with me in my team was also let go, given the same reasons. Okay, this here sounds more like a maybe ego clash. Maybe you had a fight. Maybe you pissed off a couple of people. That's what I can imagine. Uh, my teammates, my department was shocked. They were supportive because we worked well together. Yeah, people can be supportive, they can give kind words, but in the end, they cannot help you. I also noticed a group led by some other nationality, mostly I'm sure those were Arabs, from not Emirati or anything, different Syrian, Lebanese, whatever. Okay. They seem to be jealous of us and seem to control the internal politics. That can be a possibility. Ironically, that the very manager who once begged and pleaded me to join with them and offered the sun, moon, and stars, he had the HR waiting for number of months on my onboarding, and later on, he was the one who gave me this feedback. When I requested proof and documentation, they simply said, "We don't need to give you any proof. You're just on probation. We have the right. We reserve the right to termination." Which, honestly speaking, they are right. Now in my 50s, with so many years of hard-earned experience, expertise, and now on the verge of losing my job, I feel it's heartbreaking. I think maybe they're using this as a negotiation tactic. That can also be a possibility. Okay. I don't know. I'm just giving you, like I'm playing the devil's advocate. On top of that, I couldn't even claim unemployment insurance or any severance because I'd been paying insurance for 2 years and recently renewed, all because I was changing jobs and I was on my probationary period, due to which it's not valid. Okay. I feel used, disrespected, and disillusioned. I gave up a stable job, even though a poor salary, but I was hoping for growth, only to walk into a trap. I request you kindly make a video on this, but do not mention any company names or my information like is given. I'm still in a legal limbo and I don't want to get into, deeper problems or hot water. I hope this story can serve as a reality checkup for others to make a better decision. Thank you for taking the time to read this, and thank you for the platform to share stories like this that matter to us Indian expats. All right. See, whatever is said and done, end of the day, I hope you get a replacement job because you have a family, you have children, you have given so many years to the industry. I just hope you get some worthwhile, replacement. And we learn from our mistakes. What else can we say? And remember, don't beat yourself up about it because you did what was right. Unless you take a risk, there's no reward. And you worked hard, you deserve that extra salary. So I just hope the problems get sorted out and you finally sort all this out, get a new job, and hopefully complete working in UAE until it's time to retire and go back home. All right. If any one of you has stories or incidents to share, feel free. I'll always keep your information confidential and let's hope for the best. Feel free, comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.